Things do change, and this gatekeeping needs to end. I want to say that I didn't know where to start with this video, but I do know what I will need to say. This isn't a video specifically with regards to asmongold, but rather I think asmongold coming to Final Fantasy XIV has brought a very, very big problem to a head with our community. And this larger problem our community is having has really genuinely demoralized me to see. I don't know how else to put it. But let me be very clear because I need to say this. asmongold will never watch a video of mine. He will never know my name. He will never care about my content, and most certainly doesn't need validation from me. So this isn't a video trying to get Daddy Zaki to watch my Whittle video. He never will. Burst that bubble. That will never happen, and I'm not under some delusion that he would ever take the time. To be honest, the point of this video is more that I need to vent. So I saw a tweet by someone that was so egregious and attempting to speak for, in my opinion, attempting to speak for the entire Final Fantasy XIV community, saying who or what we don't welcome, and this went a bit viral. And just to be clear, I'm not even going to show it here because I don't believe in drama, but the sum was to run him off of the game. And it said basically like to do anything to try and get his account banned and reporting, and basically it said it's the responsibility of every decent player to overwhelmingly report every single incident of it and make sure that he's run off quickly. They cited like his hatred and rudeness isn't there or whatever. And really, in the kindest way that I could possibly say it, the primary driver of hatred that I see right now, that I'm seeing right now, is the Crusaders in our community trying to gatekeep who can or cannot participate in Final Fantasy XIV. That's the hatred that I'm seeing. And I don't even know what to say next. I think that I'm just going to be the one to burst this weird content creator bubble. Like, I'm almost at 10k subs in a bit over a year, and I can sincerely say at the end of the day, I am still only one single person, and that it is intimidating as hell when I read comments from people. Sometimes they are actually genuinely scary. Like, when people say that when my site is launched that they will take it down, or that they're going to destroy me, or other things, and it makes me very anxious, and it is scary because at the end of the day, I am still an individual dude in his 20s trying to figure out life after just graduating and trying to make it through this crazy world. But my point is, I'm sure asmongold is still the same or similar, just a single person facing a daunting task of literally having millions upon millions different eyes on him, questioning, asking, rip apart, and analyzing every single last thing that he does. So ripping off that mask of social media and detaching the like Zack from the so-called asmongold, the persona, but it's not really a persona. But anyhow, he really hates it when people analyze him, so that's definitely not what I'm trying to do here. But the fact is, at the end of the day, we're still having this person issue this statement to another person, just a single individual, saying we want to run the single individual out from a video game. Like, dude, how does that make any sense? Like, that's the hatred. That's toxic. More to the point, I do want to, like, question, how is he being toxic by trying 14 out? I watched parts of the stream. Although I'm going to be quite direct with you, I had to click off because I felt so much secondhand embarrassment. I literally couldn't bear to hear another friend request spammed noise or a spammed tell during a cutscene. That opening was so beyond anything that I could have expected that I literally had to stop watching from secondhand embarrassment. But when I looked at different footage when he was actually in the game, asmongold was playing and he genuinely seemed to have a good time and have a lot of great things to say about it. So when we talk about hatred and rudeness, it's already here. It's in our own community already. I'm not seeing it from asmongold. I'm not. And now I'm not really sure if this is even something that I want to say because it like genuinely freaked me out, but this is a similar mentality to stuff that I personally have experienced before on obviously a much smaller scale, like when I was first starting up, and I still get some pushback even today. Our community has a big gatekeeping problem. And this is basically anywhere you look at, various subreddits, various discords, various other channels. Like, there are big gatekeeping problems going on here, which are barring people from being able to actively engage with various aspects of the community, where it's just like people will actively go out of their way to like intentionally like destroy your work. So like it's like if you aren't someone's particular selection of guide creators, streamers, or the rest, then you can often feel the wrath of it. And I've been actually sent some of the most gnarly, unkind messages of what people have said to me, and I'm just gonna be quite blunt, it has kept me up at night at times. And even sometimes some people that I looked up to in our community and just different sections of it have actually said some of the most unkind things about me personally, where it's like, wow, I legitimately enjoyed your stuff and that hurt incredibly badly. Like, I have been a lurker in this community for like 10 years now, like since like the 1.0 days, and it's like, ow, I don't know how to say it. This has honestly led to massive month-long breaks. I think the longest that I took was a month or something like that. But where I basically considered just saying F it all, screw all of this, the Discord, the Twitter, this channel, burn it all, and I'm going back to med school. Let it all burn. So yeah, we do have a huge gatekeeping problem, and it's something that we feel externally and internally. And if you're looking for like a solution, like how do we address it or what can we do about it, I don't know. Like, I'm just a dude in his 20s trying to figure out my own life. Like, I can't solve this. What I can do is I can speak for myself and say that I've spoken to a lot of different people, or had a lot of different people like tell me what they thought, and overwhelmingly the majority agree that asmongold and all players are welcome to the game. It's almost overwhelming. I have very rarely encountered anyone thinking, oh, this is all bad, all of it's bad. It is such a good thing for this game, and I think most people can see it. And honestly, when push comes to shove, I just think it's so immature that we are so averse to change. If you want Final Fantasy XIV to become a better game, if you really want to support the developers, if you really want to support the community, then why aren't we welcoming everyone with open arms? Why are we instead turning up our nose at people, saying that they don't deserve to be treated well? That's not helping anyone, not even the people saying that. And I mean it, not even the people doing this are not acting in their own best interests. And I've said it countless times in real life, but I should maybe say it here. I might have mentioned it before on the channel, but like, I do welcome everyone to the table. And this is a statement that seems at the very surface level like it's another stupid buzzword or buzz term. But when I say it, I really do mean it. We are all stronger when banded together and united. People bring different skill sets and different perspectives to the table. This is all important. And I feel almost like a lot of this is some strange territorial dispute based out of, like, I don't even know, fragile egos? It feels very fragile to be this offensive and destructive towards such a powerful engine of good for everyone. Like, just rattling pros off. If Final Fantasy XIV's community grows, this means more friends. That's why I'm here. Like, that's why I'm playing an MMORPG. I want to interact with friends. I'm that basic. And then the next thing is the developers get more money, which means that they can keep producing amazing content and maybe even ramp up and make more content. You say you want to support the developers, well, this is a huge way to do it. And then that second point goes into point 3, which is more content, and more experimental content even, means that the community playing gets more fun stuff to do. Like, it's not that, like, why are some people having such a hard time making this connection? This is a good thing. So I'm gonna try and explore the cons though. Like, the only cons that I can think of is like, we have this theoretical boogeyman that is really actually a decent guy. Like, check out his videos on Zach Raw or whatever. Like, I have watched his content literally since way before he started streaming and like blew up on Twitch. Like, this guy is not a stupid guy. He's smart, he's eloquent and well put together. I don't know. That's all I can really say on that. Or what about the next con, which is an extremely toxic in and of itself idea that just because someone comes from somewhere else that they're bad. That sounds not even realistic. We should be judging the individual for the individual. And yeah, whenever a massive group of people comes, some of them will be bad. Okay, yes. But why are we labeling an entire group of people just wanting a new experience to have fun, really, at the end of the day? Isn't that why we're here? It's not a job. And why are we painting them all with the same negative stigma and label just because they come from somewhere else? It doesn't make sense, and this gatekeeping needs to stop.